Well, hello there, Pisces. How are you? It is so good to see you again. I'm Mary Sue, and I'm so grateful that you're here. So today we are doing your general reading for September 2023. We'll take a look at your overall energy for the month with the oracle cards, and then we'll move to the tarot for more details about any obstacles on your path or any advice that Spirit has for you. And if you're enjoying the content that I create, I really appreciate it. If you would consider liking, commenting, or subscribing, I really do appreciate all of your support. Okay, so let's take a look. Let's see what you have on the horizon. Dolphin Spirit, this and that are true, and overcoming obstacles. You can overcome anything. Okay, so the Dolphin Spirit is that energy of understanding that how you perceive a certain situation is your truth, and the way somebody else perceives the same situation is their truth. And it could be that you're in some type of a conflict in some type of relationship, a romantic, family, friend, work, it doesn't matter. But understanding that somebody, the way that they see the situation is true for them. And the way that you see the situation is also true for you. It's understanding that everybody can have a different perspective of the same situation. And everybody's truth is the same for them. It's true for them. And this sometimes can be a huge obstacle because we may want to try to convince somebody that our truth is the real truth, or somebody may be trying to convince you that their truth is the real truth. And it is a little bit of that sense of trying to, you have the Libra energy here, trying to bring balance, a justice, a sense of balance back into a certain relationship because, it's really hard. It's almost like you have to agree to disagree sometimes. Yeah, so this is beautiful though. This is helping you. Okay, I almost feel like, yes, you have the Ten of Cups here. Beautiful. And the Three of Pentacles. I think this is working out. And the Strength card. I love it. I feel like, there is some energy here of taking action, of understanding that the differences that you and somebody else are having, okay, is something that is fundamentally, okay, true for each of you in your own respect. And understanding that underneath that, there is a lot of love. There is a lot of being able to work together to overcome this obstacle of understanding that we can't expect somebody to change their truth, right? Just like we wouldn't want somebody to try to change our truth. We can explain our side of the story. Somebody else may be explaining their side of the story. But at the same time, understanding that we can work together. We can find solutions, okay, when we allow each other to believe the way that everybody believes, right? It's just, okay, I understand. That's the way you feel. That is the way that you see the situation. This is the way I see the situation. Can we overcome the obstacle of not agreeing about how the situation is playing out, but find a solution? Can we find a compromise? Can we still overcome this obstacle and work together? Yeah. So let's take a look at your present energy here and now and the Page of Cups. This is beautiful. This is somebody. I feel like there could be somebody in your vicinity, right? That you're having difficulty in a relationship, but understanding. I think somebody's coming in with an apology. And it's not an apology to say, I am wrong and you are right, right? It's not that kind of apology. It's kind of, you may have disagreed about something and it could have been in the disagreement, the way the disagreement went down, right? There could have been unkind words exchanged, or you never get me, or, any type of that. It could be an apology about how the disagreement went. Right? It's not about saying, if you're looking for this person to come back and say, I'm sorry, you are right. I don't think that's going to happen. it's I'm sorry that I used unkind words when I was trying to get my point across. My truth is still my truth, but I am going to say I'm sorry for the way that I overreacted, or I am sorry for the way that I tried to manipulate you or get you to change your mind, something like that. Yeah, because look, you are blocking at this time. There's a block on the love in this situation. And, you have the Ace of Cups and the Ten of Cups, understanding that there is a lot of love in this situation, in this relationship, but it's being blocked right now because of the fears of seeing something differently and being concerned that you're not on the same page. It's almost as if somebody in this situation, it could be either you, Pisces, or it could be the person that you're dealing with. Somebody in this situation is holding on to some truth and is trying to get both people to have the same truth. And that, just understanding that when we want somebody to see things our way, we're asking them to really kind of give up their truth. If it's something that is completely against your truth, your core values, then of course this is a person you don't want in your life probably, right? But if it is just a disagreement about something or the way that you see something, and it could have to do with politics or religion or something like that, right? And it's kind of like, can we move beyond this? I live in the southern states of, the United States, and football is a huge thing. And you will see a lot of flags flying during football season here. This house is divided, and one person is cheering for one college team and the other one is cheering for the rival, right? And it's kind of like, okay, we don't agree about who the better team is, but can we move beyond that obstacle? Can we understand, allow each other to have their own independence, their own thinking, their own thoughts, their own truths? Can we allow that and still be compatible, have love and cherish each other for the other attributes? It just truly depends on whether or not, it is something that is against your core value. Cheering for a different college team might be against some people's core value, but if it's not that important to you, if it's just something that you feel strongly about, but it's not a core value, then it's possible that maybe you can agree to disagree, right? Because your obstacle here is that you're trying to find balance in this situation, but you're not, somebody in this situation is not working on finding that balance. Somebody is still trying to convince the other person. That would be as if some of my neighbors that have those college flags out, right? The football flags, would say, oh, we can't get married unless you cheer for my team. If you don't agree that my team is the better team, then forget it. We can't be together. If that's the way that you really feel, if it's especially a core value, you may feel that way, right? But understanding, I think this is for those of you that have a situation where you're seeing something differently, okay? But it's also helping to bring in balance. It's understanding that we don't all have to agree on everything. Yeah. This is understanding that love takes work, right? And that we don't have to turn and run every time somebody doesn't completely agree with us. That's hard. That can be hard. And once again, you just have to ask yourself, are we arguing about something that's a core value of mine? Or is this truly just a difference of opinion about truth, about what is true, about which college team is the best, right? It's understanding that love does take work. It does take compromise. But if we turn and run every time there's a little bit of a disagreement, right, then we also lose out on the benefit of that relationship, the other things that that relationship brings to us. Yeah, it's kind of interesting because your advice here is to see the truth, speak the truth. Know that this relationship, this situation is really fated. You also have divine timing. You have unfinished symphony, and you have the law of attraction and the 10 of cups. For some of you, this could be a relationship where you have separated from somebody, right? You're like, no way, and once again, it may not be you, Pisces, it could be the other person. There's almost this energy, no, this is, you have to cheer for my team or else, right? It's kind of that energy. But I do feel like somebody is coming in. They're truly wanting to work on this, to see how can we overcome this obstacle? How can we allow ourselves to both enjoy, go back to the football games, do we both cheer for each other's teams when they're not playing against each other? Or do we go and watch the game with fellow fans? We watch it separately, but with fellow fans, right? It's kind of like, or, can we be in the same room when we're watching football? It just really and truly depends. And in this, in the South here, they take football very seriously. It's understanding, seeing the truth that this relationship brings you so much more than perhaps whatever this disagreement is about. We gain our greatest soul evolution through our relationships. And I feel like that is exactly, it's about loving yourself, but also taking action on what your truth is, but also allowing other people to have their truth. And once again, Pisces, I feel like this is maybe somebody you're dealing with more than you, but understanding that, sometimes we do have to allow ourselves to pull back and say, this is my truth. I am willing to also hear your truth and accept your truth for you. But this is my truth, and not backing down from our truth, not changing our truth, not distorting our truth in order to please somebody else, but at the same time, allowing them to have their truth. Yeah, you have the 7 of Wands here. Yeah, trying to decide. Are you going to defend your truth? Are you going to stand up for your truth? Are you going to love yourself enough to stand up for your truth? Or are you going to bow down to what maybe somebody else wants? I don't think so. I think you're deciding to really stand in your truth, knowing that your truth is important to you, and yet allowing somebody else to have their truth. Yeah, beautiful energy here, because I feel like, we're coming into that time where we're understanding that everyone has different perceptions of everything. And sometimes it is hard to accept those other perceptions, right? Accept those other truths. You don't have to accept that truth. All you have to do is recognize that they have the right to have their own truth. Wow, powerful message. All right, so let's pull a soul truth card for you, Pisces. And I do personal readings, so if you're interested, the link is in the description box below. I'd really be honored to do a reading for you. Am I getting enough rest to restore my energy and fully show up to my life? You are the asset. This body is your vehicle. Notice how your body is feeling. How much sleep are you getting? And what do you do to help your body rest? Yeah. So, sometimes when we are in these types of situations, we can get out of balance. Remember, you're trying to work towards balance. It's not necessarily, it can be about sleep, but it's also about understanding that, we can't fight all the time for our own truths. And there is that energy of it needing to relax, to restore, refuel yourself. Give yourself time to re-energize yourself so that you can fight for the truths that are truly important for you. You can't fight all the battles. I mean, you just don't have the time and the energy to do so. It's about choosing which of your truths is the most important and then putting your time and energy into upholding them, right? And making sure that you are living and speaking and walking your truths. Wow. Beautiful energy. All right, Pisces, I'm going to leave it there. I wish you so much love and light, and I really appreciate all of your support by liking, commenting, and subscribing, and I hope to see you again really soon. Bye for now.